Hey again, Gundrum here. Today's a very big day for DBD. A lot of the game-breaking exploits that have been plaguing the servers for the past couple of days were finally acknowledged, and a statement was released regarding behavior's mistreatment of this entire situation. I personally believe that right now it's only a matter of time until we get the Hellraiser chapter back. Now, of course, I recommend watching the previous video I made on this topic a couple days ago, as I go very much into detail about the licensing mishaps and just the awkwardness of the Hellraiser IP in the moment that Behavior was able to get a hold of it. In that video, I also bring up a whole lot of points that majorly influence the Hellraiser chapter being re-added or not, that people don't talk about. So go watch that if you want. But anyway, back onto the Pinhead subject. I wanted to cover a lot of the misinformation surrounding the Pinhead situation, a situation that's going on with the Hellraiser Twitter account that's pretty suspicious, some very important news that is quite damning evidence that Pinhead will be returning, and then also my theory on when we'll likely see it return. First though, I do want to get into the misinformation side of it. Now, if you try to research anything regarding the departure of Pinhead from DBD, you'll likely see a lot of people on Reddit who just claim that Clive Barker hates Dead by Daylight, or that he hates video games as a whole. Now, I can tell you with very good certainty that he certainly does not hate video games, as evident by the Hellraiser video game, and we don't even have proof that he would dislike Dead by Daylight or maybe hold some kind of grudge against Behavior for making that deal with Park Avenue. Now, the idea that Clive Barker hates Dead by Daylight or hates Behavior is easily disproven by the fact that Clive Barker himself asked the Doug Bradley to come and voice Pinhead in Dead by Daylight after the PTB phase. Now, it just seems very strange that he would ask Doug Bradley a favor to come and voice Pinhead in Dead by Daylight if he didn't like Dead by Daylight or like the way that Pinhead was portrayed. And now I'd like to get into some very, very damning evidence that Pinhead will be returning. Some people reported seeing Pinhead in the featured character slot in the store during the PTB phase for the Walking Dead chapter. This is pretty solid evidence. Personally, one way I was imagining we'd get the Hellraiser chapter hints was PTBs or upcoming patches, leaks, or just small little mistakes like this. Now, in my previous video, I mentioned that I tweeted at the Hellraiser Twitter account, and of course, they responded to me as well as many other people. Now then, they were responding to basically every single reply tweet for hours after posting. But as of today, they have completely stopped replying to anyone, with their most recent tweet only having responded twice to a reply section of 20 plus people. Now, I look at this and it just seems incredibly suspicious. I mean, they were constantly having tweets that get 40 plus replies, and they replied almost every single one of them within an hour at most. It becomes incredibly strange for this account to be going so hard on the replies and then just immediately full stopping it on this specific tweet today. Now, there is a very good explanation to why this would mean his return. As I mentioned in my last video, I tweeted at the account with the very obvious Dead by Daylight Pinhead GIF, right? Now, the major red flag here is that the account hasn't interacted with anything relating to Dead by Daylight up to that point. And now, with the next tweet after replying to that, they have just gone completely silent, no replies. Why would that be? I'd like to believe that the social media manager or the intern or whoever is running the account maybe flew a little bit too close to the Dead by Daylight reference, and it's possible that they were maybe told to tone it down a little bit with the replies and all that. Now, usually when licenses like these are signed, both parties have to keep quiet about it until the scheduled time of announcement. So I believe it's very much possible that whoever's running the Hellraiser Twitter account got a little bit too close and got told to tone it down a little bit. A straight up cold turkey no responses is just very strange for a social media account that's supposed to be advertising this product. It's very weird. But taking all of this into consideration, when could we see a return? Well, me personally, I believe that once the dust has settled from the Walking Dead chapter, with all the bugs and the strange choices by behavior kind of fizzle out, we could probably get an announcement of maybe Pinhead's return. Not too long ago, they did release their new Lara Croft skins, so hey, they still really want that money, so maybe we could see it even sooner. But yeah, that's all the updates I have for now. Here's hoping for his return, as personally it seems like it will be very, very soon. But yeah, goodbye.